Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Kanto Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Primeape. Primeape on a double fighter team for the Kanto Cup. This team can be quite effective, guys, and that is for no other reason than counter with stab just being way overpowered. And I mean that in the best way possible because obviously the fighters can take care of all the ice and steel types and rock types that we often see in the Kanto Cup, but even in neutral matchups up against Pokemon like Ninetales or Blastoise, my goodness, guys, that counter with stab is insane. So Primeape will be serving as the safe swap along with Machamp in the back to close the game strong. Now, you can absolutely, and I would probably recommend going with Shadow Machamp if you have it built. I was not willing to spin the dust on building mines, and I already had my non-shadow built, so we're rolling with the non-shadow for now. But the shadow does perform better, and if you don't have Machamp at all, you can use Hitmonchan. And also on this team, we've got Lapras on the lead, not only to provide some much-needed bulk on this double fighter team, but to also protect our fighters from all of those pesky Pidgeots that have been popping up as of late. Lapras, always a solid lead. But without further ado, before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go. Awful lead. We are swapping immediately into Primeape, and we draw out a Nidoqueen. This is what Primeape is here for, guys, and this is why I highly recommend the Night Slash Ice Punch moveset. That is the best moveset you could run on Primeape. And we grab a shield after baiting with the Night Slash. The reason why you want Ice Punch is obviously when they meet you with these Nidoqueens, you can really fight back with some super effective damage. But we're not going to actually make it to one, and we just want to get off some chip damage with a Night Slash, and that does a decent amount of chip to the Nidoqueen. We can now come back in with our Lapras and go for the full aggressive farm down. This could definitely be an Earth Power, but you know what? We don't care because Lapras is about as tanky as a Pokemon gets as we farm it down. Ideally, you'll want to preserve Shield for Machamp. We bank that Surf, and they meet us with a Kanto Ninetales. So we were well ahead on energy, and we want to really land a Rock Slide. So we're going to bait, and they have to respect the Rock Slide. That would do loads of damage, and we do grab that final shield. This Ninetales is absolutely loaded on energy, so we will shield up the Weather Balls and look to get to a Rock Slide, and we get to the Rock Slide just as they hit their move. So we can now safely shield up this next Weather Ball, and we will be saying bye-bye to that Ninetales, guys. Rock Slide absolutely KOs as we say bye-bye Ninetales, and now we are just going to put the beat down on this Graveler, try and get in as many counters as we can. They go for a Rock Blast, doesn't KO, but we had that Surf stored on our Lapras. We actually hit our move, but the game triggered a fast move, but that is okay. So we're saying bye-bye to the Graveler, and they force close the app. Ruining our thunder here, force closing the app. Very rude, but good game, well played nonetheless. I always enjoy running double fighter teams, always a fun time, and here we go, Shadow Hypno lead. So, this is one of the trickiest leads you can play because 9 out of 10 Hypnos will be running Thunder Punch, and Hypno is quite bulky. Always a problem in the Kanto Cup, so we're just going to go for these Surfs. I think the proper way to play Hypno is to build up to the Skull Bash and go for it because they generally don't shield, but I saw that this one was a Shadow, so I decided to play it a little different. We do shield up that Thunder Punch. We need to put in some more damage on this Hypno here. And then likely make a play into our Primeape. Yes, we go into it here, but it was still a little too healthy, but we knew that they had another Thunder Punch, or they were very close to it. So we do shield up this Thunder Punch. Not going so hot in this Hypno battle. Hypno is such a pain in the rear end, guys, I'm telling you. So we do finally go for the Night Slash, and they let it go, and we get the boost. So that is amazing, but they've got a Shadow Machamp in the back, and we didn't even hit our move. I think we should have just hit the move because we would have either done a lot of damage to this Machamp or grabbed that final shield. as they do get to a cross chop, and we have no shields for our own Machamp, and we both simultaneously KO, hoping like heck that there's something that Lapras can beat with no shields, and there is not. They have a Shadow, Kanto, Ninetales, and yeah. This battler clearly hates Lapras and built an entire team to counter Lapras. Nowhere for our poor Lapras to go. Good game, well played to that battler. Yeah, Hypno on the lead will be the trickiest lead for you. Hypno's much more manageable if it's in the back. But here we go. Dragonair on the lead. Positive lead for us. They make a play in the Licky Tongue, and we go into Primeape. Now, ideally, whenever they swap in a normal type, an ice type, or a steel type, something that would take super effective damage from fighting type damage, you want to go into Machamp. But that is okay. This is fine. That's a bit nitpicky. It's just Machamp can leave that matchup with energy and not having to shield because one cross chop puts it into farm down range. But this ended up working out well as well because we are loaded on energy and we are very confident that we will get that shield right back, guys, as they come back in with the Dragonair, going for the Ice Punch, and they tank that. That is amazing. Gonna go for a Night Slash now and really put the pressure on this Dragonair. This would be getting it quite low if they choose to not shield, but they do choose to shield, and they're going to look to go, oh, they throw. I think the best move would have been to at least try to farm down, but yeah, we're coming back in with Lapras, of course, and they come in with a Blastoise, so it's Machamp time in the Kanto Cup. Going to go for a cross chop here. Of course, it does not KO, but it does a decent amount of damage to a pretty bulky Pokemon. And they do get to a Hydro Cannon. We can safely shield this and look to get to another Power-Up Punch. Likely force a shield out of the Blastoise because this is their last glimmer of hope to maybe win this game, but it is not trending in the right direction for them, and they do shield. That is amazing. They will get to a Hydro Cannon, and of course that will take us out. But I'm thinking that we can actually just farm down this Blastoise with resisted Ice Shards. They will not make it to a Skull Bash in time. And we can go for the resisted Surf on the low health Dragonair. This Surf is going to be more than enough to say bye-bye to the Dragonair. Lapras putting the team on its back, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, this team was wildly effective in the Kanto Cup, and here we go, picking up a neutral lead. So as with all ABB-style teams, you swap out on those neutral leads as well as the losing ones into Primeape, and they're staying in, guys. This is not advisable. I don't know what they're doing. They definitely got to a move, and they just elected to stay in and have their Alolan Raticate get pummeled into the ground by our Primeape. We are now loaded on energy, going for an Ice Punch on this Pidgeot here, and we will get to another Ice Punch. They did shield up the first one. They can definitely tank one, but it is not a fun time tanking that from Primeape, I must say, guys. And we not only took out the Raticate, but we've got this Pidgeot into the red, and they've got a Shadow Hypno in the back. So, like I said, guys, Hypno in the back is a lot more manageable than having it on the lead with the Lapras version of this double fighter team here in the Kanto Cup. We do shield up that Thunder Punch and gonna go for a bait, Surf Bait. In hindsight, probably should have just gone for the Skull Bash, as most battlers will save their shield for Pidgeot. But I figured the Pidgeot was low enough to where they would want to shield the Hypno. We do finally grab that last shield there. And we're throwing Machamp in here, as Lapras is where the win condition lies. We are throwing it in here just to do as much damage and soak as much damage as possible, as Machamp is not very useful against the remainder of this team. And we end up simultaneously KOing. That was amazing. And they do come back in with the Pidgeot, of course, as that is their last Pokemon. Going to shield up whatever this is. They will not make it to a second move. Feather Dance, not a problem. We Ice Sharded down as Lapras closes yet another endgame in dominant fashion. You love to see it, guys. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, not only was this team tons of fun, but my goodness, was it effective today in the Kanto Cup. And here we go, picking up a very positive lead. And Nidoqueen, they make a play in the Licky Tongue, so it's Machamp time. Almost said Shadow Machamp. Not the Shadow, just normal Machamp time in the Kanto Cup. This is what you want to do when they swap in a normal type. You go for that Cross Chop. It does loads of super effective damage, and you don't have to shield this move. They could go Power Whip, they could go Body Slam, doesn't matter. You do tank one, and you farm all the way down. That's why you come in on Machamp when they swap in something like this. And reading this team here, it looks like it could maybe be my Nidoqueen double normal line. That was a line that I created for the Kanto Cup last Kanto Cup, and it was Nidoqueen, Licky Tongue, and Snorlax. I have seen a version with Raticate in the back, and either way, it's looking pretty good for us, guys. If there's another normal type in the back, I think we can safely say this game is over. Yep, there it is, Raticate, and yeah, it's lights out as they saw the writing on the wall. That game was over. Once they took one look at our Primeape, it was done. Good game, well played to our opponent. Beauty of this team is that it counters all of the anti-Pidgeot teams, guys. It is insane. I had so much fun with this team. And here we go. Alolan Marowak on the lead. So this is a decent lead for us. Obviously, we can hit this thing for super effective damage with our Surfs. So we're going to go for the Surf right off the bat, and they do shield. Now, they are definitely out of Shadow Bone, and they are farming up for days, guys. They have built up to a potential Fire Blast, and there's no reason to do that unless you're going for it. So we shielded that Fire Blast. Not letting that happen. You're not hitting us with a Fire Blast. Holy smokes. And they come in with a Lapras. So again, guys, slight, very minor misplay. You should go into Machamp if they swap in Ice type or something like that. But that's okay. Again, a little bit nitpicky. No big deal. Gonna go for the Night Slash. We did tank that Surf, as we can tank a Surf, no problem. And gonna look to get to another Night Slash. And really hoping that this KOs the Lapras, because that would allow us to align our Pokemon appropriately. And it doesn't KO! It never KOs! Lapras always seems to hang on with 1 HP. So they forced the shield, our final shield. It was worth it so that we could maintain alignment. That is often key in various metas like the Kanto Cup. So they do come back in with the Marowak. Gonna go for a Surf with our Lapras. Doesn't quite KO, but that is okay. We do get to another Surf. And this is just a Shadow Bone. We definitely live a Shadow Bone. And if we were a little bit on our A game, a little more, I think we were playing pretty well. But another nitpicky thing that we could go for is go for the aggro swap into Machamp. But that is totally fine as well, as they've got a Alolan Sandslash in the back. Oh, you love to see it, guys. This will absolutely KO as we say bye-bye to the A-Slash. I'm telling you guys, that's an anti-Pidgeot team right there. And so many people are building around countering Pidgeot that this team absolutely shines. That's going to be a good game. Well played. And you guys, if you can build teams to counter the meta, anti-meta teams, you are going to be doing very well in GBL. And here we go, awful lead in Alolan Sandslash. They meet us with a Dragonite. So going to go for the Night Slash, as Shadow Dragonite in the Great League format is extremely squishy, as that does loads of damage and we get the boost. Holy smokes. Now, guys, I don't recommend preserving a boost with a shield, but this is an okay shield for us because we absolutely need to flip switch. So that is completely fine. And because we're boosted, we're going for this Ice Punch. They bring in a Nidoqueen. We'll absolutely get the shield back. This would nearly one-shot. And they do shield, so we are fine. That shield was very well spent. And we do come in with our Lapras, guys. That's the beauty of Primeape on the save swap. Probably one of my favorite save swaps in these specialty cups like the Kanto Cup. It will grab shields or flip switch advantage for you like you wouldn't believe. We do shield up that Earth Power because we don't want to take that much damage on our Lapras. We need it to take out the Nidoqueen. They aggressive swap back into that Alolan Sandslash. So it's Machamp time. We're countering it all the way down. And we're just going to look to chip this Nidoqueen with a resisted Cross Chop. It will not KO, but it'll do quite a bit, as this is a Shadow Nidoqueen and it is quite squishy. We will make it to another Cross Chop. One argument you can make for the non-shadow is we survived long enough to get in this damage and simultaneously KO, and Lapras was still very healthy in the back, so that means we win. Oh, you love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, these fighters were absolutely wreaking havoc on the Kanto Cup this morning. It was a thing of beauty. And here we go, picking up another Nidoqueen lead. That's a positive lead, but they make a play into a Hypno. So we're staying right here. We don't want this Hypno anywhere near our fighters. Gonna go for the Skull Bash here. I don't know what this Hypno's doing. They are building well past a potential Thunder Punch, and we do get that Skull Bash through. That is amazing. It does raise your defense by 2 stages. They're definitely at a potential Focus Blast, and we're not letting that happen, guys. You're not Focus Blasting. What are these players doing today, guys? We had an AWAC that wanted to Fire Blast us, got a Hypno that wants to Focus Blast us. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. And they've got a Bite, a Alolan Raticate, guys. Don't run Bite on a Alolan Raticate unless it's a Shadow and you have some good answers to fighters, guys, because that thing was not on the field for very long. As we were resisting those bites, allowing us to farm it all the way down. We now have loaded energy. We grabbed the first shield from this Nidoqueen with an Ice Punch. Gonna go for Ice Punch number 2 here. And they kind of have the shield. Nidoqueen is their only Pokemon left. They're looking to go for the full farm down. Can't quite make it to another move. But that is beautiful. Primeape putting in the work in the Kanto Cup. You love to see it. And we will shield up whatever this is. Even if it's a bait, they will not make it to an Earth Power. We can safely get to a Surf. This is just a Poison Fang. We do tank a Poison Fang. Even with the defense drop, Lapras is super bulky, even in the Great League. We're going for this Surf. Lapras gonna bring it home for us as we say bye-bye to the Nidoqueen. I'm telling you guys, this team is so much fun, and it's so good in the Kanto Cup right now. It was insane. Good game, well played to our opponent. And that is the team, my friends. How about the Double Fighter team? Pulling in a nice juicy 5-0 for us in the Kanto Cup. You don't get much better than that. So many trainers out there are building teams centered around countering Pidgeot, because Pidgeot has made quite the emergence on the scene in the Kanto Cup as it is right now. And there's no better time to run double fighters, guys, because a lot of the big major counters to Pidgeot are very weak to fighting. And you round out the team with Lapras on the lead, just in case we run into the ever so popular Pidgeot lead. Lapras can handle it and win lead there for you. But Lapras also wins lead against very common Pokemon like Nidoqueen. We saw so many Nidoqueen leads. Lapras loves seeing the Nidoqueens, the AWACs you can even do very well against. So you win lead a lot with Lapras, and Primeape on the safe swap is insane, guys. With the Ice Punch Night Slash moveset, there isn't a whole lot that's going to resist what you can throw at it, which makes it a beautiful safe swap, and Machamp can absolutely bring it home for you and close the game strong. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.